Hey everyone, we are back at the Hurricane HQ for our official 3:30 p.m. extreme weather live stream covering Hurricane Sally as it makes landfall on the Gulf Coast. As you can see right here, this is our current infrared plus satellite image of the last 6 hours, and it is really looking quite powerful. It's currently Category 1, but it was Category 2. As impacts started to be felt in some areas. So now let's just start off with the forecast code from the National Hurricane Center. And right here we can see a very large area of tropical storm force winds currently battering the coast, along with an area of hurricane force to be attacking this area around here quite soon. We're most likely going to see landfall during this video. This video will be going for a very long time. I won't be live all day, all night, but I will be live talking for as long as I can. So hopefully I can be live for longer at a time. And as you can see on our current forecast cone, hurricane warnings are up for a lot of this area. A lot of Alabama and Mississippi down here with tropical storm warnings in parts of the Panhandle and Louisiana. If we jump right over to our current tropical storm force winds and the arrival times, it's a big mess, but right here we can see, it looks like Thursday, 8 a.m., we'll see these winds starting to reach here, these tropical storm force, and that looks like mostly the end. Here, there's tropical storm force wind possibilities over the next few days, and they are very high up here, but mostly the system is going to start weakening as it moves northeastward. And our current past winds, and we can see hurricane force winds have been expanding a little bit, so we have seen those hurricane force wind swaths from Sally. Those will be beginning to make landfall, these hurricane force in this area soon. During this video, we will be covering that as it makes landfall. And as you can see over here, this is our current windy forecast with our wind stream, and wow, it is active right now, very active right now. And if we jump right over to our key messages, I'm not going to read all this, but most likely the main things to watch are life-threatening storm surge, life-threatening flash flooding, and hurricane conditions expected today for a lot of these areas. And everybody, this is going to be serious because this system is moving so slowly. We will be live almost all night covering this system. Impacts can already be felt, but we're going to be continuing this live stream all night to make sure we get you the best forecast and you know what's going on down here. Storm surge has been downgraded a little bit, but up to 9 feet is predicted in some areas. So this is considered life-threatening by the National Hurricane Center, and anyone in this life-threatening storm surge is already feeling that risk or soon will be. So if you are in those areas, make sure you prepare and evacuate if told to do so. Here's our current rainfall amounts, and we can see in some areas up to 20 inches of rain, almost 2 feet of rain, adding on to that storm surge. So it seems as we could see up to 11 feet of storm surge with that water on top, and that can flood the entire first floor buildings and even start to pour into the second floor. So if you are told to evacuate, definitely evacuate. That is something, and that will save your life. And here's our risk for life-threatening flash flooding, and we have a very high risk down here of 50%, which is as high as you can get. Over here, a moderate chance, and when you hear moderate 20%, you're like, yeah, moderate is not that bad. It's only like half. but moderate is actually like the second to worst you can get. It doesn't get any higher than high, and moderate is right below that. So moderate is like high, and high is like very high. That should help you better understand it. Wow, this thing's really gonna dump rain for the southeast. So if anyone's down here, even if you're in the green, you have a risk for flash flooding. And wow, Atlanta too, you are gonna get hit quite bad. Here's actually our current SPC Outlook, and I'd actually like to show everyone something. On Pivotal Weather, shout out to them for the map I'm about to show you. They have a good graphic for the SPC Outlook right now. And if we just jump right into the 4-panel, we can see we have a slight risk down here. So a slight risk is kind of high. It's like the third, it's like basically a 50% chance. They have a similar thing, moderate and high, then enhanced, then slight. Slight, you think, slight is like the small risk, but it's not. It's more like a 50% chance. Wind outlook, or tornado outlook, 5% chance is actually quite high. They rarely even get into the 30% chance, so 5% is high. There's probably going to be some tornadoes. And the wind outlook, 5%, but I think we could definitely see some strong winds. So I don't think it's accurate with that. Now, if we head right over to our National Hurricane Center website in just a second, to anyone who's watching right now, I just want to let you know that we'll be going live all night. You guys don't have to watch the entire time. Just check in. Whenever the NHC has their latest advisories, I'll be on. So I'll be on at 5 p.m. If I'm not talking, then I'll be on then to cover that advisory. So right now we're covering the 1 p.m. advisory from Hurricane Sally. But I want to show one more thing. The storm surge inundation map, which I couldn't show on the Extreme Weather Live page. And if we go, it's not going to be too bad, as they were saying, to the looks of it. But there is going to be 3 feet of storm surge and possibly locally higher amounts in some areas. So definitely watch out, because strong storm surge is possible, and it's showing up to 6 feet in some areas. If you're in those areas, definitely consider evacuating, because 6 feet is quite high, very high. Your entire first floor of the house will be destroyed. And I know a lot of people on the news are currently on mobile right now. So that is actually a common area for everyone to be watching this system. So here is our current infrared satellite. I'm just going to leave this on for like a minute, and then I'll talk again. I just need a screensaver for a minute. I'll be back in like 10 seconds. So everyone, I am back. Sorry about that slight interruption. I've just been checking something right now. So everybody, this is actually our current infrared satellite of our system here. I have to try and make this thing more entertaining. I've been looking at a few options for that kind of screensaver thing. I might do the NOAA weather radio, but only for a few minutes of this system, so everyone can hear that. I'll do that every hour. It's only like a few minutes long. It's the recorded version The live version I'm not going to do, but that is actually a good thing. I'll have that on every hour for the updates. And if anyone actually has any questions or anything you want me to cover, simply just leave it right in this live chat section, and I can answer the questions. I could show you any map that you want. And yeah, I could check anything out, so comment what you think too. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. So, heading right back over to tropical tidbits right now. If we refresh this, I would like to show the spaghetti models for the system. So the global hurricane models are showing a lot of them get back into the Atlantic. I think further development is possible once it gets into the Atlantic, but most likely no land impacts, except Bermuda. That would not be good if it gets hit like 3 times in a row. Some models are trending in that general direction. Is it possible for it to be a northeast impact storm? I would say not, because there's a large high pressure system over here. It's actually leading to a lot of good weather up in the northeast right now. So that should kind of block the system from going up there. Although it's possible, it's really hard to predict like which ways the high pressure system is going to move. So it's possible, but I think it's less likely. So here's the GEFS model, and it shows very similar model. Not much further development after it gets back into the Atlantic. And that intensity guidance model, a lot of them do show it regain some strength, but none of them really reach category 1 except this one. You know, this is what these models always do. They always put it in the middle. It's like they can't be wrong. They need to go. Well, if anyone can leave their comments, leave a like if you think this is category 1. Alright, let's head right over to track the tropics. And right now it's saying there is a threat. A threat is Hurricane Sally. Another threat is Hurricane Paulette, which is, I believe, a major hurricane right now. Let's see. I'm not sure. I believe it is a major. Nope, doesn't look like it. Never mind. We'll actually take a look at that in a little while. But our current threat is Sally. So actually, this is a graphic from the Weather Channel. I give them all the credit for this map. But it's showing we have hurricane warnings for a lot of this area right now. It's really shortened. It's not really any of Louisiana in that warning. Parts of the Panhandle, looks like, but mostly tropical storm warnings. And it looks like all the watches were allowed to expire. It looks like we actually have a... I don't know what's going on there. But thank you, the Weather Channel, for that graphic. Here's another graphic from the Weather Channel. It's their forecast cone that they make. It's just exact same one as the National Hurricane Center's graphic, just tailored to that simpler look. And it's saying currently at 80 miles per hour, 982 millibars, moving northwest at 2 miles per hour, and that is correct. Currently at 80 miles per hour, it's decent sized, category 1. Still on the lower end, but it's at least it's not at the very bottom, 75 miles per hour. So it has some decent strength, and will definitely bring those 80 mile per hour winds along the coastline right now. And this is another one from the Weather Channel. I give them credit for all this, but it shows the storm surge amounts just similar to what I was showing you earlier. 4 to 7 feet to the looks of it in this area. 4 to 6 feet in this area. 1 second. But anyway, you guys can see that anything above the yellow is above 2 to 4 feet. So it looks like in this area we can see 2 to 4 feet, so that's decent. Hopefully they're closing those floodgates in New Orleans right now. Hopefully. Okay, wow, those winds are really battering the coast in the Florida Panhandle with some really strong waves too. We'll take a look at that in a second. I think we should actually take a look at some webcams courtesy of Windy. I'd actually like to see some webcams along the coastline right now. It's currently day, for anyone who doesn't know that or is not from the US. So let's just set to webcam. Okay, looks like we have some beach cams right on the scene. Let's take a look at this. Wow, this area is getting battered with those strong waves. It is, one day ago. 2 hours, this is from 2 hours ago. Looks like it's a little bit rough. Never mind, this is a bit of a mess. Wow. Well, I'm sorry about this. I would like to find a good webcam. Well, I'm sorry about this. Sorry that all these webcams are not working. Here's a webcam from 1 hour ago. It shows it's getting some heavy rainfall to the looks of it. Looks like there is people driving around though today. Let's see if we can get any other webcams. Webcams are always good, but it's always it's hard to find good ones. Which one are we looking for again? So it looks like we're looking for Alabama. Aruba. Advertisement. Well, we can head back to that, everyone. And of course, the commercials or the advertisements on the side are for Weather Shack. I've been looking at this stuff for weeks now, trying to find good things. I actually did recently get a weather station. It is transmitting to Weather Underground, so that's interesting. Alright, I don't think we should see this. This is strange, but alright. At least it is live, I guess. I would like to find something off the coastline, though. Do they have some kind of map? Well, you could see almost every website here is for some sort of weather website other than Gmail and Wix. That Wix is actually the channel's website, which I have been behind on updating. The data is right, just as you can see here, it is right, just it's not current. This is from Tropical Storm Nana when that was the big system. Oh yes, when we were covering it, it passed through Belize, and wow, I've been getting a lot of viewers from that area, so that's interesting. Oh, this is old video. This is all old. Well, anyway, let's head back to EarthCam. Courtesy of them. So we've actually been seeing a crazy This thing's in New Jersey. Interesting. I actually thought it was in the South, but I guess not. Strange. Well, anyway, let's see if we can get somewhere. I'm sorry this is taking forever, but finding an actual webcam is kind of hard. I am not joking. Well, I guess we can just come back to this a bit later. Alright, we could just click on this one. Alright, it is actually really nice. So this is actually from Miami, Florida, this cam. It is very clear. I guess this currently Hurricane Sally is really sucking in all of the surrounding clouds. It's extremely clear right now. It's barely even a breeze. It's a beautiful day there, at least. Let's take a look at the sea. Well, the ocean's slightly. It doesn't look that rough, though, the sea. So we are good in that area. So now I'm going to premiere, since it is just about 4 o'clock, I'm going to put on that NOAA weather radio from the National Hurricane Center. I'll just wait until it starts. The live one, I believe. Because that always has the latest data on it. NOAA weather radio for tropics. Alright, so it looks like we just got in the NOAA weather radio for National Hurricane Center. I guess I will power this NOAA weather radio up. It's on my phone, never mind, but I guess I'll turn this on. This is the latest one.
Issued at 1:17 p.m. For the North Atlantic, Caribbean Sea, and the Gulf of Mexico, the National Hurricane Center is issuing advisories on Hurricane Paulette, located several hundred miles northeast of Bermuda, on Hurricane Sally, centered over the north-central Gulf of Mexico, on Tropical Storm Eddie, located over the central tropical Atlantic, and on Tropical Storm Vicky, located over the eastern tropical Atlantic. An elongated area of low pressure over the southwestern Gulf of Mexico is producing disorganized showers and thunderstorms. Any development of this system should be slow to occur while the low meanders over the southern Gulf of Mexico for the next several days. Formation chance through 48 hours, low, 10%. Formation chance through 5 days, low, 20%. Showers and thunderstorms associated with an area of low pressure located a few hundred miles southeast of the Cabo Verde Islands have changed little during the past several hours. Environmental conditions are conducive for development of this system, however, and a tropical depression is likely to form during the next few days while the system moves generally westward at 10 to 15 miles an hour. Formation chance through 48 hours, medium, 50%. Formation chance through 5 days, high, 70%. A non-tropical area of low pressure is located over the far northeastern Atlantic Ocean several hundred miles northeast of the Azores. This system is forecast to move south-southeastward during the next few days where it will encounter warmer oceanic temperatures, which could allow the low to gradually acquire some tropical or subtropical characteristics this week. For more information on this system, see High Seas forecast issued by Meteor France. Formation chance through 48 hours, low, 10%. Formation chance through 5 days, low, 20%.
So it looks like that was our NOAA weather radio. I could actually replay that real quick.
The tropical weather outlook issued at 1:17 p.m. For the North Atlantic, Caribbean Sea, and the Gulf of Mexico, the National Hurricane Center is issuing advisories on Hurricane Paulette, located several hundred miles northeast of Bermuda, on Hurricane Sally, centered over the north-central Gulf of Mexico, on Tropical Storm Eddie, located over the central tropical Atlantic, and on Tropical Storm Vicky, located over the eastern tropical Atlantic. An elongated area of low pressure over the southwestern Gulf of Mexico is producing disorganized showers and thunderstorms. Any development of this system should be slow to occur while the low meanders over the southern Gulf of Mexico for the next several days. Formation chance through 48 hours, low, 10%. Formation chance through 5 days, low, 20%. Showers and thunderstorms associated with an area of low pressure located a few hundred miles south-southeast of the Cabo Verde Islands have changed little during the past several hours. Environmental conditions are conducive for development of this system, however, and a tropical depression is likely to form during the next few days while the system moves generally westward at 10 to 15 miles an hour. Formation chance through 48 hours, medium, 50%. Formation chance through 5 days, high, 70%. A non-tropical area of low pressure is located over the far northeastern Atlantic Ocean several hundred miles northeast of the Azores. This system is forecast to move south-southeastward during the next few days, where it will encounter warmer oceanic temperatures, which could allow the low to gradually acquire some tropical or subtropical characteristics this week. For more information on this system, see high seas forecast issued by Meteo France. Formation chance through 48 hours, low, 10%. Formation chance through 5 days, low, 20%.
Alright, I'll play that one more time.
Why my The tropical weather outlook issued at 1:17 p.m. For the North Atlantic, Caribbean Sea, and the Gulf of Mexico, the National Hurricane Center is issuing advisories on Hurricane Paulette, located several hundred miles northeast of Bermuda, on Hurricane Sally, centered over the north-central Gulf of Mexico, on Tropical Storm Eddie, located over the central tropical Atlantic, and on Tropical Storm Vicky, located over the eastern tropical Atlantic. An elongated area of low pressure over the southwestern Gulf of Mexico is producing disorganized showers and thunderstorms. Any development of this system should be slow to occur while the low meanders over the southern Gulf of Mexico for the next several days. Formation chance through 48 hours, low, 10%. Formation chance through 5 days, low, 20%. Showers and thunderstorms associated with an area of low pressure located a few hundred miles south-southeast of the Cabo Verde Islands have changed little during the past several hours. Environmental conditions are conducive for development of this system, however, and a tropical depression is likely to form during the next few days while the system moves generally westward at 10 to 15 miles an hour. Formation chance through 48 hours, medium, 50%. Formation chance through 5 days, high, 70%. A non-tropical area of low pressure is located over the far northeastern Atlantic Ocean several hundred miles northeast of the Azores. This system is forecast to move south-southeastward during the next few days, where it will encounter warmer oceanic temperatures, which could allow the low to gradually acquire some tropical or subtropical characteristics this week. For more information on this system, see high seas forecast issued by Meteo France. Formation chance through 48 hours, low, 10%. Formation chance through 5 days, low, 20%.
Alright, everyone, we are back. I hope you enjoyed that small segment of the current NOAA weather radio from the National Hurricane Center. Sorry about that. I actually struggled to find a graphic quickly on here for the NHC one. So everyone, I guess that wraps that part up. The NOAA weather radio for the hour. There's actually a small behind-the-scenes part, I guess, of how I make the slides. I usually just use Google Slides for this. It's a great service. I would use PowerPoint, but I'm more familiar with slides, so. There we go. Let's see. I could answer that question. I'm not sure what interests me. I guess I just always liked seeing, like, I don't know. It's kind of a hard question to answer. Well, I know I've always liked weather. I never always realized it, though. I guess when I was a kid, I always liked, like, severe weather. And now I just go crazy about that. So I guess it's just what I've always wanted until I realized it now. I don't know. But I guess that's the best answer I can get. I guess ever since I've been obsessed with weather, I mostly just do hurricanes. Well, I don't know. I like all tropical weather. That's the real answer. It's not just hurricanes. It's also like severe thunderstorms, anything tropical weather. I'm not as much interested in atmospheric science and stuff like that. And yes, yeah, I do. That's the answer. As of now, I plan to work at the National Hurricane Center for a while. So I guess that's the answer. Yes, the answer is yes, I do. I would like to get a degree in like tropical meteorology is what I'm planning on, and then possibly like a minor in something else. I'm thinking atmospheric science, but anyway, I guess we should get back to the video. You can feel free to leave questions and I'll answer them. But the answer to that question is yes. So now if we head back to trackthetropics.com, I would like to show everyone our Genesis probabilities. So I don't think a friend Lucas Arm is on here. He is a friend of the channel, so you should check out his channel, but you don't have to. It doesn't matter. But anyway, I guess he's not here now. But he probably will come eventually. Here's actually our Genesis possibilities for the system. And wow, this cone is massive. They're saying it's going to head over here, but after that, they don't know where it's going to head. This model, like every other system, they have a rough view of where it's going to head. Although these ones, no one knows where it's going to go. Just being honest, I don't know either. I would give it a good guess, but I think for this system, anywhere, it could come out anywhere along the East Coast, I would say. That's actually probably the best I can get. Probably not in the Northeast, though, because there is an area of high pressure that I could actually show you guys. Windy. Let's just see if I can pull that open. But there is an area of high pressure up there. Here we go. Exactly. Right here is that area of high pressure that I was telling you guys about. And it moves all the way up to around here. So this area of high pressure will probably make the system head more south of the Northeast area, because this high pressure system is kind of big. It'll probably head out through South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, possibly North Carolina, although I think anything more north of that is less likely because of that high pressure system. I know storms do go through that high pressure system, but usually when they're larger and stronger, it can really get through there. It can't now because it is weakening by the minute, I would say. Although it is going to be very slow moving. It is off the coast. It will begin to weaken by the minute once it passes onto land, which it's not. Like most of the system, as you can see, is over water right now. You can see there's low pressure starting to come in into Alabama and Mississippi area. Florida Panhandle too. There's going to be a lot of impacts there. I'm not too worried about Louisiana anymore. Although the very eastern part definitely should watch out for those high winds and heavy rainfall. I think storm surge isn't as big of a problem. Like less rain still over here. I'm actually looking right now. It looks like less than an inch in eastern Louisiana. So it doesn't look like too bad for Louisiana right now. And it looks like the next update is at 5 o'clock on Hurricane Sally. So we'll have to take a look at that later. And you guys can leave whenever you want. I think you guys should check in again at 5 o'clock for the latest update from the National Hurricane Center, which should be coming out in about 50 minutes. So we'll have to wait for that. But you can see that area of high pressure is definitely going to push this system more south. The area of high pressure also pushed this other system over here from heading to the East Coast, so it actually kind of saved the East Coast from a major system. So that was actually quite good for the Northeast and the East Coast. Now I'm going to refresh this page. I'd like to show everyone a few more maps. Actually, this is actually very strange, but it kind of makes sense. This was, I believe, before the Saffir-Simpson scale. They used this. This is 0 miles per hour is calm. 1 is light air. 2 is light breeze. 3 is gentle breeze. 4 is moderate. Then 5 gets fresh breeze. 6 is a strong breeze. 7 is a near gale. 8 is a fresh gale. 9 is a strong gale. And 10 is a storm. 11 is like a violent storm. And 12 is a hurricane. Interesting. I don't know though. It doesn't make... Well, I wouldn't use this for hurricanes and anything like that. This is a horrible model representing tropical storms and hurricanes, but it's interesting to look at because that was before the Saffir-Simpson scale, which is right here. So right now it is currently 80 miles per hour, so it would be Category 1. It's always something great, even though I memorize all the numbers and the wind speed amounts. Just check back. Maybe, but probably unlikely, but I might. I'm not totally sure. I might. I'm not totally sure. I'm not totally sure about the minors yet, but I'm kind of leaning towards tropical meteorology for the major. So minor, possibly. So, heading back over to, let's see if we can find it. Actually, this is actually a good image right here. This is the Central Gulf Coast radar loop. I think this is from the Weather Channel. And wow, the eye is becoming less defined over the past few hours, but it is moving in onto the coast. It is slowly weakening, although it's probably going to hit as a Category 1 and going to continue to weaken as it moves into Georgia. Let's see, here's another one. This shows more of it. But those outer bands are really shooting out far from the system. And you can see all the way in Miami area, it's almost completely clear. So no wonder why there isn't many impacts. If we can get images from over here in this area, in the west coast of Florida, that would be a lot better. Let's actually see. Is there any cities over there? I'm sorry I'm doing this, but I'm trying to find webcams. Actually, we could just take a look. Here we go. This is from 8 minutes ago. But as you can see, this is from 8 minutes ago, and wow, it isn't that rough. To be honest, the sea isn't that rough today. But the clouds are definitely dark over there, so it's definitely quite stormy off the coast. But I guess it's not too wavy in those areas. Yeah, most of these waves are battering the coast in these areas. The waves over here are actually quite low, near 3 feet. So I guess that's not too bad. I still would like a live one, though. The problem with windy is it doesn't show completely live. Interesting. The area is almost like in a fog. Kind of foggy in this area. This one's from 15 minutes ago. It doesn't look like much is going on. Wow, you can really see the transition of the water. It's like going up and down the dock and the boats. I've never seen that before. It's almost like high and low tide. Actually, that might be what it is. It's like going up and then down. Interesting. Although those clouds in the sky are actually decently dark. Like, looks like a lot of those nimbus cumulus and nimbus stratus up there. So that is actually concerning. There's probably some strong storms actually heading in those areas. We can go to Severe Storm Center in a second and cover that. We can actually use Windy's weather radar and try that for now. So we have some patchy thunderstorms in the area right now. I'm not sure if there's any warnings yet. Oh, wow. I've actually never noticed this. Like, webcams along this highway here. That is actually interesting. So these are like traffic cameras to the looks of it. Interesting. Well, we have lightning. We have detected lightning down here. So it looks like there are severe storms. Or maybe not severe, but most likely storms that could produce lightning. And I consider all storms that could produce lightning risk. They are a risk. If we actually head over here, we can see a quick loop. So it looks like we are seeing some lightning over the past hour from some of these some storms. We can take a look at the National Weather Service websites. And I don't know why my thing is. Anyway, it doesn't look like we have anything severe in these areas. Alright, we do have hazardous weather outlooks issued for a lot of this area. So it looks like there is a hazardous weather outlook because of thunderstorms and wind gusts and wind and sea. So there's a hazardous weather outlook for parts of Florida and the coastline for those patchy thunderstorms. Rip current risk, I can definitely understand. And flood warning, yep. They don't put the storm surge watches and warnings out yet. This actually looks like the current Doppler radar, and we can see these systems. It doesn't look like they have any warnings on them or watches, but definitely something to watch for severe storms. Now when we head right into Sally area, we actually have a lot of tornado alerts. We have tornado watches in the yellow, and it looks like we have tornado warnings. I don't know. It doesn't look like we have any tornado warnings yet for this area. Looks like we mostly have flash flood watches, hurricane local statements, and those hurricane and tropical storm warnings. And it looks like there is a special marine alert in this area, which is understandable. Alright, so this is actually where we see a lot of those watches and warnings. A lot of storm surge warnings, and storm surge warnings mean that there is storm surge that could get above 1 foot. And that is dangerous. Life-threatening is usually 3 to 6 feet. And we have a lot of hurricane warnings and tropical storm warnings. And those tropical storm warnings go far inland. They go almost up to Montgomery. And I wouldn't be surprised if they actually did get extended to there. I wouldn't be surprised. Just a heat advisory? Alright, so there's a heat advisory over there. I'm sorry about that. But looks like we have a hurricane local statements in these areas. Let's take a look at this. Yep, hurricane local. What does this even say? Alright, so it's basically just saying there's a possibility for hurricane, or I don't know. I guess it's just saying it's possible for watches and warnings to appear in those areas if a sudden turn in the track occurs. So I guess that's kind of good. And this flash flood watches extend all the way up here, so it's almost following the track of the system. Alright, just looking at some stats. So hopefully by a little later we can get some more people watching. Although maybe more people will come in when the system is making landfall. A little bit later. It will. So we should check in then. They'll probably check in then. I want to try those webcams one more time. I have no idea. I'm looking for something. I'm looking for a webcam. You know, is there a map? Oh, good. There's a map. I was going to say there's a map. Is there? Okay, this is good. Actually, we could actually find some good webcams now. This is good. So, I would like to show everybody some webcams from the coastline right now. So this is actually, wow, this is some choppy seas right now. We actually finally got webcam footage, and wow, let's make this full screen. This is actually really choppy. And it looks like a, wow, if you could it's hard to see, but it is really windy right now. You see like this distortion right now? That is windy. That is actually really windy. So that is actually really interesting. To look at. Let's take a look at a few more. And that was okay, yeah, this is gonna be the big one. This is gonna have really choppy seas. Because that was the bay, the one that we just saw. And I'll check back in like a few seconds. Or not. Well, this is commercial, I'll just skip that. But really, there's not much Saharan dust in this area, so it's like a breeding ground. Expand this image. I know when the Saharan dust actually comes through, it sometimes leads to drier air. And that usually can, well, that's a decent view. Usually that can lead to storms slightly less intensification, so that is good for us and not the storm, but it doesn't look like it's interfering at all with it. And it actually looks quite windy. Like, it's like the camera is actually shaking a little bit. It doesn't look too windy, though. It doesn't look like those really strong winds are hitting yet. There's like no sound on here, but it does look like it is decent outside. Let's see if we can find any more webcams a little bit closer. I believe that's as close as you can get, but here we go in mobile. Let's see if we can get anything. Is this indoor? Why are they showing... I don't know why there's these webcams showing indoor. Okay, yeah, let's take this one. I'm not sure how much that water... I know there is storm surge already affecting these areas. And those wind gusts are going to hit a little bit later. And this is going to be a really long video. Because it's going to take forever. Alright, we'll head back to that cam. Or we'll just check on the other one. I'm looking at my second screen. It looks like we're going to see winds of over 74 miles per hour in the mobile area. I would like to see the winds now. This is going to be actually a really long video, though. Because I don't know, this is a really slow system. It's moving like 2 miles per hour or so. Alright, is there like a bad interconnection? Alright, I'll just let this load. We can look at something else for now. Whew. If anyone does want to see Paulette, I could show Paulette right now. I'll just show Hurricane Paulette, sorry. I don't think it's a major right now. Let's see. Alright, it's near a major hurricane. It's not officially a major hurricane, though. But it's moving quite quickly. Here's actually the official forecast cone. Right here. It's just going to make that turn south. I don't know what's going to happen with this. Will it make a turn this way? Unlikely, but it's possible. When I look at it like that, it's interesting. Here's our wind history. It's been getting slightly stronger. It did hit Bermuda as a Category 2. I was trying to cover that, but it's just moving too fast. And those wind speed probabilities are really high all the way up to here. So, definitely something else to watch, but I'm less concerned about it. And this area over here, I don't know. This thing is looking insanely... No joke. This thing is really organized. Like if we go to windy right now... Oh, good, this webcam. Of course. They're not going to let me view that without an account. Wow. Of course, there's no other webcams in the area I can view, even though we're in a big city here. Well, we can take a look over here. Hopefully this works. It says live camera, but it's not showing the live footage. See, that's the problem with some of these things. It doesn't work. I'll just let it load for a little while. Anyway, if we head over to windy. Oh, we just had a lightning. If we go back to wind. This thing is insanely organized. It's not officially a tropical system, though. But those wind speeds are in tropical storm force. And I thought it was one of these big systems up here at first, but it wasn't. It's actually a tropical system. And I'm surprised. It's not tropical. I'm incorrect with that. It's not tropical, but it has, like, not even subtropical. It's just an area that's out of the subtropical or tropical range, and if it does move into the area, it will become a tropical storm or even a hurricane. Although I don't even know how it's this strong in that warm winds, warm water. But I guess it's something to watch. And this is still not working. Well, that's the problem with EarthCam. There's actually a lot of cams near Pensacola area. Take a look at this camera. Of course it can't. This actually has a lot of problems, though. Certain ones work. This is actually a YouTube. Well, this is a YouTube video, I guess. So this is actually interesting. It's not 3:30 p.m. Although this is live, and wow, look at those waves. You could actually see the wind. Is someone holding the camera? I don't know, maybe it's one of those swivel cameras, but look at those waves. That is insanely huge. That could cause problems already. So I'm looking now, there's a warning for Bay Street. No idea. Well, anyway, this is insanely huge waves. Like, this is actually incredible. Oh, I'm so messed. I forgot in this area it's different times. It's 3:31 there. I'm sorry. But anyway, this is insanely huge waves. Anyone's actually along the coast of like the Florida Panhandle or something, if you were like live on the beach or something, you guys should probably get to higher grounds because these are insanely huge. And I know some people actually surf in this, which is insane, but I guess don't. That's all I could say. There's 300 people watching this. Well, I can actually leave this running for a little while. Can I just mute this? Anyway. Take a look at this camera for another seconds. I don't know how the storm surge is impact. This is the. Sorry about that. Really sorry. Good thing it does look like there's a lot of cameras in this area. I know along the beaches there's a lot more cameras. Well, here we go, an actual working camera. And it's actually HD. These are insanely huge waves though. And you could see it was raining at one point. You could see the droplets on the winds, but those are actually really strong waves. And this is happening right now over there. I know here in New York area, it is like 4:30. 3. There it's like 3:30. Although the worst is still to come for a lot of these areas. Especially here. A lot of that wind is not even here yet. This would actually be something interesting to leave on for a little while. So I guess I could leave these open. Just mute them somehow. Pause it. This is actually something to have on. That would be nice. So we'll leave those on. Let's see. How's everything? Do I want to work at NOAA located in Washington, D.C.? Well, I'm not sure. I think I would work at the National Hurricane Center. that's where I would work. That's in Miami, but I easily could switch over to a National Weather Service area. So maybe. And I say someone did leave, so that might have been you. Doesn't matter, but that's my answer. I can repeat it a little later. But I guess maybe. But right now I would prefer National Hurricane Center. But maybe. Maybe. And this is actually a really large storm, everyone. Very large. I keep repeating that. Although if you look here, the tropical intensity index, where it is hitting right now is actually, it's really interesting that where it's hitting now, like the landfall, where it's going to hit as landfall, is exactly where the tropical intensity index is very high. Very favorable. I don't know what's going on there. Well, I guess that's what's going on. If anyone has any suggestions for maps, all right. So if anyone's wondering, I guess maybe the answer would be maybe to this question. I think right now my plan is the National Hurricane Center, but I could always switch jobs, so. It would be easy to switch, so I might. So possibly, that's the answer. Possibly, I might. So there's your answer. Well, now let's head back to live coverage. So we should be getting that next advisory from the NHC in just about 23 minutes, I'd say. So we should be getting that soon. Hopefully it does get out early, but I guess there's no reason for it to. This is actually the microwave imagery. Forgot to bring this up. You can see this is actually, it really does slow down over here. And it's really it's like going less than 2 miles per hour right now. Battering the coast. Now we can head right back to live coverage in windy.com. And right now, we're not seeing those winds really impacting the coastline yet. These islands over here are getting near 44 mile per hour sustained winds, so that is tropical storm force for now. Parts of Louisiana are getting near 50 miles per hour. Although I think these areas are less populated in these areas, so not much to worry about. And I doubt anyone actually lives in here. Doesn't look like it, but on this island over here, we're reading 55 miles per hour. Right over to reported wind speeds. And it looks like a buoy right here is picking up. Where's wind speed? Wind speed, no idea. Well, here's nearby weather stations, and right now, it looks like, I have no idea. This one right here is the one we're looking at right now, and this one is from, this reading is from 24 minutes ago. It was reading 51 miles per hour. So it looks like 51 miles per hour was what it was reading 24 minutes ago, which looks roughly correct. It does look like near 50 miles per hour in that area. Alright, so it looks like we just got that advisory from Hurricane Sally in right now. I'm not sure if it's available on that website yet, but it is early. 4 p.m.? So it looks like right now, I don't know why it says as of 4 p.m. Although it looks like it's currently 80 miles per hour. Minimum central pressure 979 millibars. And moving 2 miles per hour north. To the looks of it. I don't know. Well, anyway, this is the latest advisory, and it looks like the next advisory is at 8 p.m. I'll be live at 8 p.m. too for the next advisory on Sally. Is a bit closer now to the looks of it. So this is the latest advisory. Looks like that hurricane force wind fields grew a little bit. And is really getting close to the coastline right now. Surge amounts, storm surge. It's looking like up to 4 to 7 feet in these areas. Similar to what we already saw earlier. And with like warnings and surface winds. So it does look like those tropical storm force wind bands have really expanded. It's almost a complete circle right now. They are actually already hitting parts of Alabama, Mississippi, and the Panhandle. If we take a look at that live cam footage, from over here, this is what we have. It is looking very active right now. And it looks like we have a flash flood warning in effect. For some areas. Let's take a look at that real quick. There's the page. Alright. Alright, so yes, the latest advisory is in. Here is our live cam footage again from Destin Beach in Destin, Florida. And those waves are really battering the coast right now. I'm thinking I'm going to let this live cam go for a little while. I'll be back in like 10 minutes, I would say. 10, 15 minutes. So I'll see everybody in 10 to 15 minutes for our extended forecast. And then in 10 minutes, we'll be taking a look at Weather Underground weather stations. Seeing what the real data is showing. Actual recorded data. Recorded wind speeds from an almost instantly updated. Record temperatures and humidity levels for precise forecasts and more. So we'll be back in just about 10 to 15 minutes. Alright, we will be back at 5 o'clock exactly for our extended forecast with Weather Underground weather stations. And yep, we'll be back in 15 minutes. See everybody. We are back at the Hurricane HQ. We'll be back in just about 20 minutes. Sorry about the big delay, but I'll leave this live stream going. This live view here going. I might switch it to a few other things in just a few minutes, but I'll leave this going for you guys to see. This is live. It's no loop or anything. So I'll be back in just about. I'll be back by 5:30, so you guys can check in at 5:30. And yeah, I'll see you in a little bit. Introducing the Hurricane HQ Plus. The Hurricane HQ, with our most accurate forecasts. Coming early 2021 in the 2021 hurricane season. The Hurricane HQ Plus. Our forecasts, better than ever. Coming in the 2021 hurricane season. Hey everyone, today we're introducing the Hurricane HQ winter forecasts. Stay up to date on all winter storms involving snowfall and of course, freezing rain. Premiering every week after 2 o'clock in the winter seasons. Hey everyone, we are back at the Hurricane HQ live television on September 15th, 2020. And today we are covering the 2020 hurricane season involving Hurricane Sally as it makes landfall on the Gulf Coast in the United States. This is today's channel directory. Premiering at 5:45 is Extreme Weather Live. Premiering at 7 o'clock is Extreme Weather Live. Premiering at 9 o'clock is live coverage of the 2020 hurricane season. At 8 o'clock is Hurricane Sally, Inside the Storm, looking deeper at the incoming impacts. At 5:45, welcome to the Hurricane HQ Live TV. Today is September 15th, 2020. And today we are covering the 2020 hurricane season involving Hurricane Sally as it makes landfall on the Florida Panhandle, Mississippi, and Alabama. Today's channel directory is at 5:45, Extreme Weather Live, Inside Hurricane Sally. At 5:45, we'll be looking deeper into actual weather stations recording actual data on Hurricane Sally's outer bands. We will take a look at wind speeds, wind gusts, temperatures, humidity levels, and observed weather. We'll use this data to make an accurate forecast of what the current conditions are from Hurricane Sally's outer bands. At 7 p.m. is Extreme Weather Live on Hurricane Sally as it makes landfall on the southeast and Gulf Coast. At 8 o'clock is Inside Hurricane Sally, looking deeper into Hurricane Sally and the impacts that it will cause. At 9 o'clock is Extreme Weather Live. At 9:30 p.m. is Extreme Weather Live, overnight coverage, community tracking. Overnight tracking allows the community to track Sally as it continues to make landfall on the southeast and Gulf Coast of the United States. At 6 a.m. is Extreme Weather Live, live coverage of Sally. At 6:30 is Extreme Weather Live coverage of Hurricane Sally. At 7 o'clock is Extreme Weather Live, coverage of Hurricane Sally. At 7:15 is the end of this video. Tomorrow, 7:15 a.m. Please stay tuned, 6 a.m. tomorrow, for live coverage of Hurricane Sally as it makes landfall. Stay tuned for Inside Hurricane Sally, Extreme Weather Live coverage. Staying tuned for 5:45, Inside Hurricane Sally, live coverage. Inside Hurricane Sally, coverage starting in 15 minutes. Introducing the Hurricane HQ Plus. Our forecasts, even better. Launching in the 2021 hurricane season, the Hurricane HQ Plus will have our forecasts, but more accurate and more widespread. Stay tuned for the 2021 hurricane season and subscribe to the Hurricane HQ Plus. Launching in the hurricane season, June 1st, 2021. Today's channel directory is at 5:45 inside Hurricane Sally, premiering at 5:45. At 5:45 is Inside Hurricane Sally, Extreme Weather Live, where we will cover the real impacts and real data from personal weather stations and professional weather stations, using wind and weather data from these stations to make an accurate forecast of the outer bands of Hurricane Sally. You are watching the Hurricane HQ Extreme Weather Live. You are watching the Hurricane HQ Live TV at 5:40 p.m. September 15th, 2020. Now enjoy live camera footage from Ocean Reef, Florida, covering Hurricane Sally marine impacts. Hurricane Sally weakens to a Category 1 hurricane at 80 miles per hour. The current time is 5:41 p.m., September 15th, 2020, Eastern Time. Current time in impacted areas is 4:41 p.m., September 15th, 2020. You are watching the Hurricane HQ Live TV, Extreme Weather Live, at 5:43 p.m., September 15th, 2020, Eastern Time. Current time in impacted areas, 4:43 p.m., September 15th, 2020. You are watching the Hurricane HQ Live TV. Extreme Weather Live. Hello everyone, we are back, the Hurricane HQ, and today we are premiering Inside Hurricane Sally. In this video, we will be taking a look at personal weather stations inside Hurricane Sally and analyzing their impacts of the outer bands. So first, now we are at the Wonderground Wonder Map. If this will load. So as you can see, we are currently in wondergrounds.com. If anyone is wondering where all we're getting these weather stations from, it's here. And now let's just start and look at these weather stations over here. Now they're actually reading 75 degrees Fahrenheit as a general temperature. Take a look here. This station is reading very calm winds. Current pressure is a bit lower. Hasn't rained much, to the looks of it. This is in Coden. Alabama. Right now we're seeing the current temperature is 74.2 degrees. We're reading almost no wind, which is strange. So it's looking interesting. Pressure is slightly lower than normal. That is actually normal in this type of situation. Yeah, I know, New York area. It's where I am. The big city. So if we zoom in this area, we can see there's actually a lot of weather stations, personal weather stations in this area. Looking for one that is accurate, it's hard. This one doesn't have it. So it looks like this weather station's reading 18 mile per hour gusts, which is quite powerful. What does this mean? So this is a Davis Vantage Pro 2. So right now it's reading winds of 5 miles per hour, updated 3 minutes ago. Pressure is a bit low, but that's normal. So it is looking quite good. Over here, alright, I'm really sorry about that. Bit annoying. Although, anyway, these weather stations are showing. It's not exactly the data I was expecting, but this one is finally showing what I was expecting. 26 mile per hour sustained winds with gusts up to 34 miles per hour. This one's looking quite good. It's in the middle of this large area of rain right now. Pressure's low. That's understandable. Wind is very strong. That's definitely likely and how it's supposed to be. So it's looking quite good. Well, not good. I'm sorry. Humidity 95%. So it is looking quite dreary in this area. Dreary, sorry. Doesn't matter. It's looking quite interesting over there. This beach area, there's a lot of choppy seas over there. If we would like, I would like to take a look at a few more webcams in the area. Well, it's fine. Seems there's a lot of cameras in this area. This is perfect. This area is going to be... I believe this will be a good webcam in the view. How are we doing with stats? Good. One viewer right now. That's perfectly alright. Whoever's watching, thank you for sticking around this long. Got like 2 watch hours. This tire plates look sketchy. Yeah, this place looks sketchy. Yep, we're not going there. Now let's just take a look at somewhere else. And that keeps happening. Advertisement. So this is actually a current weather radar, which you may have been seeing a few minutes ago. I'm not sure if everyone liked that. Let's see. Let's actually see if anyone liked that. Not really. It's like not many people actually did like that. So sorry if you didn't like that interruption, but I had to eat dinner. Because I was hungry. Of course, I was hungry. So this is what it's looking like. The seas don't look too choppy, but it looks like we're in a bay over here. I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, this camera's a little shaky. But it looks like they definitely did prepare in this area for this hurricane. Let's turn on the sound and see how we are. Wow, that was wind. You could see these things moving in the winds. Make full screen. It's really windy in this area. It is really getting windy in this area. It is. It looks like they did put everything away. Well, in a sense. So I guess this area is looking quite windy. Whoop. Does the camera move? You know, I don't understand what's going on. Are these webcams or are these like people recording this? How do they keep it so steady though? You know, I don't even understand what this is, but it is looking quite interesting over here. That is really choppy. Those waters over there. I don't know how that just turned. I don't know how. Well, anyway. Well, there we go. It looks like the current temperature is 88 degrees over here. Quite warm. And I'm still at one person. Well. Take a look at a few more beach cams. And then we can head over to our Hurricane HQ official forecast. Never mind. This is what we have already. So let's take a look at this camera. And this looks like a live feed. Interesting, the screen's like rounded. Never noticed that. Well, it's looking very choppy over here, and you can see a slight breeze and some dark clouds in this area. You can definitely see that. So it doesn't look like the impacts are too bad yet. Although we'll have to continue to watch these cameras. Conditions are getting worse every second, although this system is moving quite slow. It has barely moved. It didn't make landfall yet. That's what we're seeing. Whew. Although it doesn't look like we're getting those wind speeds yet. Well, time to power up the weather station. Anyway, it looks like we're getting some decent winds in some of these areas, near 58 miles per hour on this island over here. I don't even know if it's inhabited or not, but Anyway, it looks like these winds, these onset of these winds is really going to be kind of slow. It looks like the onset of these winds will be more tomorrow at 8 a.m. For the looks of it, 7 a.m., 8 a.m. This is a very slow moving storm, and this video is going to be a very long video. It's like heading right towards Pensacola. And it looks like it's going to really weak once it gets on land. I mean, really weak. This thing is going to be dead. Well, what? And this is going to be... What the... Does anyone know what's going on here? Is this like a glitch? What's going on? Shoot. What the heck is going on here? This is so weird. I don't know what's going on with this model. This model's like messed up. What is actually... Oh, wow, this is not going to be good. This looks like a Category 3 or so hurricane right there. But what is... I have no idea what in the world is going on here. This is really strange. I've never seen something like this on here. I'm telling you, is this like a glitch or something? Because once the system makes its way into the Atlantic, this happens. You see, it's a slow buildup of these wind speeds. And it shows once the system gets in right on the edge of the Atlantic Ocean, this big area, it gets very organized. What the heck is going on? I'm not lying. I've never seen something like this before. And then the more time that goes by, it gets larger. More intense winds. What? I don't know what this is showing. This is weird. Look at this. The entire East Coast is filled with these stronger winds of up to 30 miles per hour and sustains. And it's not only the coast, it shows inlands up to 14, 15 miles per hour. Whatever this is showing. Ooh. What is this? I've never seen something like this. And I've seen a lot. And this area gets like stronger. I see some circulation here in the wind stream, but this entire area it's massive. Oh, wow, what is this thing? What is going on? Whoa, this thing is... What is this thing? Oh, this better be a bug. This better be some kind of glitch or something. What is this model showing? This thing is... I don't know if you guys are seeing this, but this is circulation. This is an eye right here. Reminds me of this. Reminds me of these up here. But it's so strange. This is really strange. I really don't know what's going on. I've never seen something like this. I'm actually kind of concerned. What is this? Sorry. If anyone's like watching this thing, this is going to be weird. If this model is actually correct, this is going to be really weird. This massive hurricane thing. And those winds get even stronger. Oh. Wait. But it's going this way, and the jet stream is... I'm, like, really confused here. Jet stream. Seeing, like, 96 mile per hour winds. Don't worry, this is, like, the height of the jet stream. Don't worry about this. What is going on here? I'm actually really wondering what in the world is happening. Alright, we gotta look at the GFS or something here. Because once... it shows this... It looks like a post-tropical cyclone right here. Let's see what this wind's showing. Probably a tropical storm right there. And then 1 hour later, this happens. Once this thing starts to come out, this big line of heavy wind starts coming in. And it gets more and more organized and covers the entire East Coast. What? GFS? What? NAM? The NAM probably wouldn't show it yet. But I have no idea what's going on in these models. I've never seen something like this. The ECMWF shows it happening. The GFS shows something similar. If someone actually knows what this is, can you, like, leave it in the chat or in the comments? Because I am actually wondering what is going on. Like, what is this thing? If I go to the jet stream level, it's going almost against the jet stream, but it's heading south. Let's just go to now real quick. So the wind is blowing like that and that. Is it blowing that way? No. Is it some kind of glitch? What is this thing? If anyone actually knows what that is, please comment. If that is actually correct, if these models are actually correct, this could be something very strange. And it shows this big thing hitting Canada. It's like a hurricane kind of thing. Oof, this is really strange. Let's see, what's the wind speed? Over here. How about when the builds-up of this massive thing? So let's see. I think this is Monmouth is over here. I think Edison, is up here somewhere. I know over here, of course, Manhattan. I actually, of course, how could I not know this area? Live here. Well, something weird if these models are correct, something strange is going to happen. And if it's not strange, it's just something I've never seen before. But it shows it intensifying. And these winds are quite powerful over here. What is the wave? What do the waves show? Woo! Those are some high waves. Whoa, look at that circulation. What is this? What is this? I'm supposed to be... Wow, the 21st looks really cold. 39 degrees? What? How about New Jersey? 51? How about New York? How about my... 50... Wait. This is the 21st. Let's look at this on the Weather Channel. Doesn't show it getting this cold. New Jersey up here. Weird. This is actually really weird. This is really... Oh, I never realized there was gusts. Wow. Let's see, the NJ Coast, 32. Here, 36. Let's see. This is... what's going on over here again? Oh, yeah, the mega storm thing. This shows Category 5 hurricane force gusts. This is insane. This is insane. Alright, let me just double check that Salford-Simpson scale, because I feel like 130. 130. So it looks like a Category 3 with Category 5 hurricane gusts. Oh, wait. What in the heck is going on? It has 167... It hits the coasts with these really powerful gusts. And what happened? Are they that? This is weird. Huh. Oh, yes, the GFS is showing what? All right. Well, time to wrap that up. I guess back to Hurricane Sally. Well, I guess time. I'll be back at 8 o'clock, I believe. Maybe earlier. Well, everyone, this wraps it up for Inside Hurricane Sally. And I'll see everyone at 8 o'clock. You are watching the Hurricane HQ. Stay tuned for 7 o'clock. Extreme Weather Live. Coverage of Hurricane Sally. Stay tuned for Behind the Scenes tour of Hurricane Sally at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. 7 p.m. Affected areas. because there is an area of high pressure that I can actually show you. No, because there is an area of high pressure that I can actually show you. No, because there is an area of high pressure that I can actually show you. Hello everyone, we are back, the Hurricane HQ, and I guess I'm going to end this video here, everyone. I'll probably do a part 2 of this video. It's an overnight one. I'll do that tonight, or I could just do a live coverage. So I guess I'll just end this video here. And yeah, that's it. Thank you everybody for watching this video, and I would like to thank everyone for liking, commenting, and helping me out with this video. And yep, I guess I'm going to end this video here. Hopefully everyone enjoyed it. I hope they did. And yeah. Thank you for watching. Live long and prosper.